Welcome back to the Crypto Gorilla YouTube channel. There's a bunch of mints happening today. We're also going to talk about upcoming projects. As usual, none of this is financial advice. Everything I say in this video is just my opinion. I am not a financial advisor. Always do your own research before buying and selling anything. Also, if you like this kind of content, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel. And if you aren't already subscribed, would you kindly hit that subscribe button? First things first, we are running a pre-mint raffle for Bad Influence, which is a project that I'm advising. If you want to take a chance at winning a free mint happening on July 25th, I'm going to put a pre-mint link in the description down below. So the first project minting today at 10 a.m. Eastern is going to be Izekai Meta. Now, I did not get whitelist for this one. I'm a little bit salty. I reached out to the team, however, their collabs were all done. But I do truly love the art for this project. Looking at this, it seems like they have a world straight out of Studio Ghibli. The website looks absolutely stunning, and even the music that plays while you're on the website, while you're in the menu, really does set the vibe for this collection. I actually listened to their playlist the entire time I wrote the script for this video, and it really does make you feel like you're watching Spirited Away or playing Zelda. So this is the first one that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. Now, they do have quite a high mint price. This is going to be a 10K collection. As you can see here, the mint price, if you have a whitelist, is going to be 0.15, and the mint price for the public raffle is going to be 0.25, which is very high, especially in the current climate where we're having a bunch of free mints. However, like I said, I do love the art for this. It's clearly a professional team that's behind it, so I do find myself rooting for it, even though I'm not going to be able to mint it. Now, the unfortunate thing for Izekai Meta is that the mint is happening at the exact same time as the Potatoz. If you don't know the Potatoz, it's by Memeland, which is by far the most hyped upcoming drop. Pretty much everyone I know is trying to get Memeland. I do get a bunch of messages asking me if I have a connection to the team, if I can hook people up. Unfortunately, I do not, but I do expect this mint to perform very well, especially that it's going to be a free mint. And like I said, free mints are currently the meta, and this is backed by a real company, 9gag. So free month, there is zero risk and there is a ton of upside. If I had to guess a floor, I'm expecting it to go anywhere from 0.3 to 0.5. That doesn't mean that's going to happen. I could be totally wrong. So if you buy from 0.05 and it doesn't go to 0.5, don't be mad at me. Now, I am hopeful that this is going to be instant reveal. We saw that for Moonbirds, we saw that for Chimpers, and it worked very well. I do think it can play in their favor if they do instant reveal. It can also get a ton of volume as people try to snipe the traits that they believe are going to be rare. So this is definitely one that I'm excited about. I actually won whitelist due to the Kaiju's raffle, so I will be participating in this one. I also do expect a ton of derivatives to come out. We've already seen the Tomatoes project. I do expect a bunch of maybe baked potatoes, fried potatoes, whatever potatoes or different vegetables to hit the market with the success and volume of this project. The next one minting today is going to be Steezy Ape Gang. This one is happening at 12 p.m. Eastern. Now, it's actually a project that Nikki G showed me a few months ago. I've considered purchasing one of these Genesis pieces before. I do really like the art. It's basically a gangster bored ape, and I personally really like how they look. One of the reasons I didn't is because they do seem to have logos from existing brands. Now, I do believe they are working at removing these. However, I was always worried, you know, if it gets DCMA'd or pulled in something, I'd be out whatever amount I spent buying one of these, but I really do love the art. Now, the downside for me, I guess, since I don't own one of them, is their generative collection, which is going to be 4,444, does seem to be reserved for holders of all their collections because they do have a ton of different pieces. So I don't think there's a public. There are 3 different stages minting from 0.09 to 0.17, but this is definitely one that I'm going to be watching closely because in my opinion, this is one of, if not the best derivative of bored apes. The next project minting today is called Kikiverse. Now, this one, while it is mainly on Solana, they did make it cross-chain, so you are able to pay in both Solana or Ethereum using Magic Eden. Now, I am a fan of their art. I find it super cute. I do believe this project is going to be 100% animated. Don't quote me on that. Here it says animated. Some of the sneak peeks in their Discord weren't animated, but I do think eventually they will be. As for the team, I do know some of them personally. I actually got to meet Cyborg in person at the Open DAO event in New York. Super nice, super super lovely person, and she is very well connected from the conversations that we've had. Now, as for the roadmap, they don't have a traditional roadmap. They have more of a vision map. Here they mention music, engage to earn. They also talk about watch to earn. However, we didn't really discuss that part of things. The parts we did discuss are going to be things like the merch and the toys, as well as an animated series produced with 3.0 Studios and Justin Shenkaro. Now, if you don't know Justin, he's worked in the industry for over 30 years. He has voice acted a ton of shows and movies that you would for sure recognize. Shows like Recess, Hey Arnold, and movies like Spider-Man and Ice Age. The animation team has also worked on a ton of TV shows like South Park, Simpsons, Rick and Morty, SpongeBob, and a bunch more. So as I mentioned, this one is happening on both Solana and Ethereum. However, the price is going to be priced in Solana. It's going to be 2 Sol, which is roughly 0.05 Ethereum or $80 US. And this mint is happening today, July 21st at 2 p.m. Eastern. Next on the list, we have the Artifact / Nike hoodie. Now, this is going to be a first come, first serve for people who either own a Clone X or the Nike Artifact Dunks. Now, this did bother a lot of people since it is first come, first serve. We don't know the price, we don't know the supply. However, I am expecting somewhat of a gas war, but I am gonna try my best to get one of these. I'm also wondering if there's a limit per wallet. If you own 50 Clone X's, can you mint 50 hoodies? And I'm also wondering, is it going to be loopable? If I transfer the hoodie to another wallet and I have a Clone X or a Dunk, can I try to mint again? But like I said, either way, I'm gonna be going for this. Clone X is one of the communities or ecosystems that I have been trying to get more and more into. I do have some monoliths. I now have a Dunk. I have a couple of the vials. In my opinion, these are very underpriced. They were recently at 1 Ethereum for the cheapest vial. They're currently down 60 something %. So I do think if we get a bull run on NFTs and if everything in the Clone X ecosystem pumps, these are also going to pump. But like I've mentioned in the past, I do want to purchase one of these Clone X's. They're down to 10 Ethereum, but I am expecting people to start accepting bids under 10 Ethereum. So the lower and lower we go, maybe I'm going to shoot my shot and try to get one. I'm also going to try to get a mutant. However, I do have a strategy when it comes to these collections. Since I personally did not get enough ETH when ETH was down, I think we're going to trade sideways for crypto here. Bitcoin is going to go between 20 and 30. Again, just my opinion. This doesn't mean it's going to happen, but I do think for a few weeks, if not a few months, we are going to be trading sideways. So I'm going to wait for Ethereum to go back down. I'm going to grab some ETH, and then when ETH goes back up, I'm going to take my chance at a mutant. Hopefully the prices are going to go back down as Ethereum goes up and people are trying to cash out on some high ETH. Now, the third collection that I have been wanting to get my hands on is going to be Moonbirds. We did see the Moonbirds oddity art reveal after something like 2 months. Now, a lot of people have been trolling the art for this collection. However, despite what the art looks like, I see no world where Kevin Rose, Proof, True Ventures, where they let this collection die. The floor was sitting above 3 ETH before reveal. They have gone under 2 Ethereum, but I do think it's just a matter of time before they make some announcement for utility for this collection in terms of the high rise, their metaverse or codename high rise, and they just start pumping liquidity into it. So I have been considering picking one of these up. Other than that, we are seeing a few projects pop up. Now, first we have 1984 Global. I have no idea if this is actually going to be an NFT project. A few people sent it to me due to this art. They are speculating that it is going to be a project. And that name, 1984, I am assuming that it is a reference to George Orwell's 1984. So we don't have any other information other than that. This video was partially made by Casey Neistat, who is extremely popular. If we check who they are following, they are following some people in the NFT space, and a ton of people in NFTs are following this project. So everyone is pretty much assuming that this is going to be an NFT collection. Next on the list, we have Krapopolis. They already have a contract with Fox. As you can see here, it's with Dan Harmon, who is a co-creator of Rick and Morty. So the art is already done. I assume a lot of the production is already done, or at least it's in progress. You can also see they have a cast ready for this show. They're also going to be at Comic-Con. Now, as for the roadmap or utility for this collection, it does seem like it's going to be the merch play. You're going to get drops and giveaways. Here they say say you're going to get exclusive voting rights. They also say you're going to get access to meet and greets or special events. The one thing that bothers me, it's going to be a 10K collection and their mint price is going to be 0.25. I know they already have a contract to be on Fox. However, here they're going to be raising $4 million. So I'm not sure how the market, especially in this current climate, is going to react to their mint price. Now, as I mentioned, this is by a co-creator of Rick and Morty, which makes me think a lot of Art Gobblers, which I believe is by one of the co-creators or somebody on the Rick and Morty team. They just dropped another short film. It's their third. I find this one hilarious.
So perfect.
Really?
Oh my God, this is so perfect.
Really?
Where have you been?
So it is funny seeing that other project be by one of the founders of Rick and Morty when I assumed this one was. I'm still convinced it is. Their marketing tactic is extremely different. If we compare the Twitter for Krapopolis to Art Gobblers, the Krapopolis Twitter does seem a bit more Web 2. I don't want to pick on it or anything. It looks cool. And they've obviously put a ton of money into it. But you can see here, they're retweeting a ton of reactions. Their Twitter timeline doesn't look as clean. And then in comparison, if we look at Art Gobblers, it's a lot cleaner. It's a lot more mysterious. They're pretty much just luring in people with their short films, not throwing a ton of information at us. And one thing I know is they are following 0 people. So they're not even trying to hint who is part of this project. So I'm really excited for this one. I do hope it's not a 0.25 mint because that would really kill it for me. But there are 2 more projects that you should keep an eye on. Next, we have Stickman Toys. Now this one is by Warner Records UK, and they also seem to have a partnership with Bose. It is minting fairly soon on July 27th. Now the main reasons this one stood out to me, of course, it's Warner Records. It's also Bose. So these are some big names. However, once I went on their website, I did see that these are going to be free to mint. Now, whenever I talk to a brand, I always tell them the most important thing is that you don't mess up your brand, you don't mess up your reputation, and that you make sure your project mints out. So it's cool to see that here, you know, they don't need to raise money, right? They're 2 huge companies. They don't need the money. So they're just making it free to mint, providing their communities with as much value as they can and trying to get new people into their ecosystem, which I think is a great strategy. Now, the collection size is going to be 5,000. These are audio/visual. If you play any of these buttons, they are going to play music based on the different trait you have, and then it makes a full track. Now, despite being free, there is a ton of value here. Here you could see being part of the community acts as a ticket to the playground, gaining access to live events, and the ability to claim Stickman Toys streetwear and physical collectibles. Rewards from global brand collaborations will also be gifted to holders, as well as priority spots for future Warner Records NFT drops. So really cool that they are doing this for absolutely free. It hits the meta perfectly, and it's backed by real companies. The final project on today's list is called Subway Rats. Now this is also going to be a free mint. The main reason it stuck out to me is due to the art. It's these cute little, they almost look like hamsters in my opinion, but they're calling them rats. Now it did cross on my Twitter timeline. I was like, okay, it's a free mint. However, then I went on their website, and their website is actually what made me want to talk about this project. So here, if you scroll, you could see it says, hey, go down. If you click the subway, it scrolls you down into the subway. You know, the metro's going by, nothing really stands out. However, if you go here, this little rat's like down here. And then if you click them, he says, plug this in. You plug it in, you know, it changes the sign. Then here they ask you for your Discord name. You have to already be in the Discord for this to work. You click enter. They tell you to find the code. Then check the vent. You scroll up into the vent. You can see right here, boom, I got my code. And then you enter your code, and this is actually how you verify into their Discord. This is a very unique way to verify. It was actually a really fun experience, and considering that this is a free mint, I have a lot of respect for people who put this much time into their website and their project. Now, it will be a 10K collection. It does seem like they're going to release them in batches of 1,000, and they also mentioned that there's going to be play to earn. There's going to be a game. You can invest into different land. They mentioned that there's going to be huge ETH rewards. I have no idea how they're going to be funding this, considering that it's free. I do know to travel in their game, it is going to cost you 0.001. But again, I have no idea how this is going to work. If we click play, we have a little planet here. It takes you into the subway. I don't think you could do anything yet. However, they do mention that the game is going to go live as soon as the mint happens. So this is just another one that I'm going to be keeping an eye on. I'm going to try to get whitelist for this one just because it looks cool. Now, I do want to give a warning when it comes to these free mints. If you don't trust something, if you don't know something is 100% safe, you should definitely be using a burner. I am seeing a few mints out there over allocate. There's one in particular, it's over allocating by like 300%. And I do expect at one point what a scammer is going to do, he's going to create a project, he's going to say it's a free mint, all that. They're going to over allocate like crazy just to create a ton of FOMO. People aren't going to have time to verify that it's a legit project, and then everybody is going to get their wallets drained. So whenever it comes to any mint, you should never have valuable NFTs in your wallet. If you're connecting your wallet to something, please don't keep any crypto, any NFTs in that wallet. All of your valuable items should be in a hardware wallet. But when it comes to these degen mints, these free mints, please use a burner. That's it for today's video. If you enjoyed it, be sure to give it a big thumbs up. It really helps my channel grow. If you aren't already subscribed to my channel, would you kindly hit that subscribe button, smash that bell notification. Thank you for watching the Crypto Gorilla. Peace.